Every story has a beginning. But the most interesting stories are the ones people rarely talk about. The hidden moments, the struggles behind the scenes, the journey that no one sees. On this channel, we explore the stories behind the moments. From incredible achievements, to unbelievable failures, to the events that changed everything. But to understand this story, we have to go back to the beginning. Before the attention, before the headlines, before anyone was watching, it started with a simple idea. An idea that seemed small at first, but would eventually grow into something much bigger. At the time, no one realized what was coming. There were doubts, there were obstacles, and there were moments when everything could have fallen apart. But sometimes, the most important moments in history start quietly. One decision, one opportunity, one moment that changes everything. And as this story unfolds, you'll begin to see how quickly things can turn. Because what happened next, no one expected. As time went on, things began to change. What once seemed impossible, slowly started to become reality. But progress never comes easy. Every step forward came with new challenges, new risks, and new pressure. The stakes were getting higher, and the world was beginning to notice. What started as something small was now becoming something much bigger than anyone expected. But success always attracts attention. Some people believed in the vision, others were waiting to see it fail. And the question everyone was starting to ask was simple: how far could this really go? Because the next chapter of this story would change everything. Soon, the turning point arrived. The moment that would define everything that came next. It didn't look extraordinary at first. In fact, to most people, it seemed like just another day. But history has a strange way of hiding its most important moments. And when people finally realized what was happening, it was already too late to stop it. From that moment on, nothing would ever be the same. Before the success, before the attention, before anyone was watching, there was just the grind. Hours of work, learning, failing, trying again. Because the truth is, great things are never built overnight. They take time, they take dedication, and sometimes, they take a little extra energy to keep pushing forward. That's why this video is sponsored by Dubby Energy. Dubby is a clean energy drink designed for gamers and creators who need focus without the crash. No jitters, no unnecessary fillers, just smooth energy to keep you going. If you want to try it for yourself, use code KMXRACING for 10% off your order. Now, let's get back to the story. Because what happened next, no one expected. Now, back to the story. Because this is where things start to get interesting. What began as a simple idea was slowly turning into something much bigger. More people started paying attention. The pressure grew, expectations rose, and with every new step forward, the risks became even greater.